Okay, so I figured tonight I would give you guys, I want to give you guys some tips on how to make contact with a light being, or what you would call a light orb. Now it varies because it all depends on what's your personality like? How do you perceive the world? Also, the number one key factor to making contact with a light orb is, okay, so at this point in time, your heart chakra is going to have to be activated to its fullest extent. All ego and ignorance must dissipate. And you have to keep in mind that these beings must be at least, I don't know, like thousands, beyond thousands of years old. I mean, they don't have an age, really. So they've been here forever. And these light orb beings, they could potentially be ancestors who have been here for a very, very long time. And they're bored. I mean, what do you have to offer them, really? I mean, I don't know, to think things through a bit. I'm not so sure, because if you're a starseed person, something within you has to be activated in order for you to spiritually grow as a human being. Are you open to new experiences, and are you open to the good and the bad experiences that may take place or that may happen? So for me, how I make contact with my soul family, so number one, I find music that I thoroughly enjoy listening to and that resonates with my heart chakra. So say that there was a night there comes a night, and I happen to miss them, or one of them, so much. I would put on my music. I would put on my MP3 player, and I would select a type of music file to listen to that would remind me of one of them. And I put in my earbuds from my MP3 player, and I would just listen to one song, and I would try to channel, or I would try to contact one of them that way. And as the song is playing, I would I will vibrate my throat chakra just by humming that particular song. That is, and the song has to be high in vibration, because these beings, they're very high vibrational consciousness beings. So in order for you to catch their attention, you yourself would have to want to make contact with one of them. And secondly, you cannot have fear that they could potentially contact you back. You can't have any kind of fear whatsoever. You naturally would have to welcome them with your open heart. Okay, so, and another thing I wanted to mention is that also, if you want to make contact, I don't know, like your soul really has to feel like you don't belong here. Like, I don't know, like your soul just, you feel so different from others that it's in your destiny to contact other beings. Just because you feel so alone, you feel so lonely, you don't feel like if you're in the company of other human beings, you're not resonating on that lower frequency as these other human beings. So, in a way, your soul has to feel alienated, like you're alone. I mean, you're not really going to feel that alone. You're not really going to feel that alone, but for all the starseeds out there, you'll understand where I'm coming from with the whole feeling like you don't belong to this world and everything. That's another thing that would bring you to have contact with these interdimensional consciousness beings. So the music thing is just my method on how I contact my light orb family. So, I mean, if you really want to try and contact a light orb, try listening to some classical music or some orchestral music, something that's very high in vibrations, music that makes you feel good, music that makes you have goosebumps whenever you listen to it. So, it can't be like songs like Lil Wayne or Eminem or Nicki Minaj. These types of songs are very low in vibration, because when you listen to the lyrics, I don't know, it doesn't really make sense. In fact, it doesn't make sense. It's all they sing about is materialistic, physical subjects, and the whole 9 yards. So yeah. So the key is to having an open, loving heart, as well as an open imagination. So I think the human beings who have made contact with these light orbs, they either catch them by surprise, or they just happen to be floating out there. So I don't know how many human beings have actually made contact with light orbs. I think a lot of us have already. But as of right now, I'm trying not to contact them, or I'm trying not to miss them so much, you know. Because these light orb beings are they're potential ancestors who have been around this planet for forever, and they're probably waiting for some human being down here to notice them and give them love and all of that. But the times have changed so much down here on this earth realm. It's come to the point to where everybody is just so distracted by everything else, you know. So I mean, they really like music, I know that much. But it has to be a specific type of music that you have to contact them with. It has to, yes, the music has to resonate with your soul in order for you to, so yeah, that's my advice for you guys. If you want to try it out, if you guys are interested in this and you'd like to try this out, I would suggest going to an open area where you can see the stars, and it can't be a cloudy day, or it can't look like it's about to rain and all of that, because you want to be able to see the sky. And the only time I've seen a daytime orb is back when I was coming back, the year 2011. I made a trip to Sapporo, Japan, and I stayed there for about 2 to 3 weeks. And while I was flying back from Japan, I had seen a daytime orb up close, and I've mentioned this in a few of my other videos. So yes, this light orb was crystal clear. I could see the orb. It had a rainbow prism around the orb, and it had these translucent looking wings within the orb, and I could see the wings like flapping or going up and down. You know, I saw its invisible wings within the orb. And that's how close it was, and it was amazing. It was nothing I've ever felt before. I think when that experience happened, it changed my life forever. So, and at that point, I didn't even know that orbs existed. I was just looking out the window, the airplane window, and it was just there. So, when this orb appeared to me, I wasn't even trying to channel it, or I didn't even have thoughts about it or anything. It just appeared right there in front of my eyes. It was on lower altitude beneath the airplane, but I could still see it very clear. When this happened, it changed my life forever, and I will never forget that experience of what I saw. And you know what? It actually opened my mind to that there is other life out there. There's other existences of beings that are potentially out there. You know, but I didn't try to make any contact for at least a year or so, a year or two after I had came back from Japan. So, and now at this present time, I know that my soul family, you know, these light orb beings that could potentially have a matching vibrational soul the same as mine. They're definitely out there, you guys. You're just gonna have to make the choice on whether you really want to make contact with a light orb being or not. For me, it's just that natural curiosity about other interdimensional life forms actually being out there. It's just having that strong curiosity about ETs and all of that. I mean, not everybody has that. It's rare to find in a person, because as a human being, I'm naturally like, okay, there's gotta be more out there than just human life forms, you know? And this has to come as a very strong natural curiosity for an individual like myself and others. And also you're gonna have to you're gonna have to have a pure heart. I mean, I don't know. It all depends. It all varies. Because even light orbs, they're showing up. They're showing up for people who may not even know about them, or who these individuals may have done something karmically within their life, whether it's good or bad. They're still showing up for people, so I don't know. It's like these beings. Yeah, you're really gonna have to try and internally understand these beings, because like, I don't know, like in my mind, I'm thinking about see, they're consciousness beings, and once they come in contact with you, once they analyze your soul, they will stay with you, and this is what my soul family is doing right now. Like, they're sending me ear noises, or they're sending me vibrational ear tones, and sometimes I wish I could understand what they're trying to tell me. You know, like they're just Like they're just sending me these ear tones. And it's going on. It's been going on a daily basis now. And I think I want to reach into their consciousness and say that if they find a human being who really means something to them, I think they think like there's something special about this person because this person has given us names. This person has given us an image of what she or he would like us to look like, and this all comes into really soul searching, because if the starseed individual is still lost, but a light orb has contacted them, but this individual is still lost, like this person has a hard time identifying what this light orb could really be. I mean, and this is where the imagination should really come in, because this is, you have to be an individual who's going to have you're going to have a cosmic imagination, guys, to really have an interdimensional soul family. You're really going to have to identify them with something. And when you do this, they seek an interest in you. When you finally come to realize this and you do this for them. You see what I'm saying? Because I mean, a light orb does not have an identity. So, I mean, if you're going to come in contact with one, and you're going to potentially have an interdimensional relationship with this consciousness that has interest in you, you're going to have to do more for them than meets the eye. If that makes any sense. So, anyway, before I end this video, if you want to make contact with your light orb, try downloading some classical music, like Mozart or Beethoven, any composed music that has any kind of skill-based performance, like kind of production going on. Try and download some music that resonates with your soul and your heart, and go outside. If the night sky is clear and you can see the stars, go outside. And then when the music is playing, try to vibrate your throat chakra, like try and do it low at first, and then once the octaves or the notes gets higher, hum your throat chakra a bit higher for them, and see what happens. It's probably going to take a few tries, but and when you're listening to your music, vibrate your throat chakra, and while you're doing this, have a feeling, open up your heart and have a feeling of love just overcome you. Try and think about a pleasant memory, or try and think about what you love the most or who you love the most. And just let that love feeling overcome you. Just let it overcome you, like, very, very strongly. And once you feel love, once you feel that love vibration enter your heart and it goes all over your body, that's when you hum with your music, and you try and contact them like that. And I guarantee you one of them will catch an interest in you. They will hear you. And they will eventually show up for you if you continue to do this. I guarantee it. And don't be afraid. Let the light being, show the light being how radiant your heart chakra can be. And this is key to making contact with a love being that vibrates very high. Okay, I hope that helped you guys. So quick update. I'm still doing my tribal dancing performances by myself outside. And while I do this, I'm not trying to make contact with them. I just know that I'm doing this for myself and for them, even though I'm not intentionally trying to make contact with them. I already have. But as I'm doing this, there are parts. The DNA is crystallizing and activating certain parts within my body and all of that. So when I intentionally activate myself with the music and the dance and all of that, I'm opening up new gateways and new portals within the DNA, so that more information may come through that I need to awaken to. And the beings know this. They know what's going on. Because they may be existing on different parallel timelines. They're able to do this. And this is why, I mean, I want to call them, I want to call my soul family so bad, but I know I can't. You have to have self-discipline, because once you make contact with a light orb being, it's almost like an addiction. You want to see your soul family. You want to see that soul that resonates with you so bad. But as a human being, you have to practice self-discipline. You're going to have to be able to control your passion and desires on because you're only really supposed to contact a light orb being when the situation calls for it. It may be a dire situation when this happens. You may be going through some problems, some life-changing problems. And when you're going through a life-changing situation, that's really when you're supposed to contact one of your soul family members interdimensionally to seek that psychic help. and they will help you. It's just gonna have to come internally within you, though. So, I mean, I have pictures of them. I look at them every so often with the internet pictures and everything. But they will truly see you as somebody special if you choose to give one of them an identity or something that will resonate with you personally. Because these ancestors are probably really super bored because they've been here. They've been around. So they're looking for individuals who have souls that will catch their interest. And once you do this, they will they will potentially see you as a match, as a vibratory match pertaining to your soul. So your soul, they're going to have to resonate with your soul, and you're going to have to resonate with theirs. This is when the exchange is going to come in. If you guys really want a relationship with each other, you know. You can't see them as something separate from yourself. So, alright, I think that's all, you guys. I hope this video helped, and